Good morning, YouTubers. Welcome to SWNI. Still trying to figure out the right name for the channel. Solar wind generators and inverters. SWNI. Oh, let me know if it sounds good to you. But anyway, this is my part 2 video showing my charging system. Yes, I have two Mixed Sky Blue 60 amp version 119, the Wi-Fi models. One on the board, and this is my wind charging system. It's a rectifier, a full bridge rectifier. This is where the wind turbine can be connecting to and converting the AC, which is the three pieces at the bottom. That's the AC side, so it doesn't matter which wire goes where. And it's going to convert it to DC side, which is there's a positive and a negative. And it's going to go from here all the way to each one of the solar chargers. Which I'm going to also tie because I can go with more than one input. I'm going to have a diode on it so when I do a back feed anywhere else. Or I'm going to separate one for solar and one for wind. I think I'll buy an extra one. Not sure yet. Let's see how the setup goes. But yes, so my solar array is gonna go on one side, the positive and the negative, and also on that side. Also, it's gonna be combined with a wind generator. We're just gonna use this on the Mazda heatsink. This is a 150 amp bridge rectifier, 1600 volt, so it can handle a lot. It's gonna be keep cooled by this big massive heatsink. And this is my fan that I'm also gonna have mounted here. Trying to get 12 volts. I'll make another bridge rectifier and break it down to 12 volts from the output to keep this running. I'm just gonna keep this cool if it gets hot with the output of the AC wave to DC wave. And everything's gonna be run inside this panel box here, which has my setup. It doesn't come like this. It was empty, so I had another inverter. It was a Siemens inverter. It was 8 kW. It was 200. It was 3-phase, 208 volts. But I took it apart because it's unusable. It does 208 straight. Doesn't break down to 120, anything like that. So I took it apart and took parts out of it and turned this panel box, this regular box here, into a panel box. So I'm gonna have one of these for each output or input for the solar charger, and two more for the wind generators. Which that's why I say wind generator, because I have, excuse the mess. One second. It's heavy. Yes. This is gonna be my wind generator. I'm gonna be doing a video on this, on how to convert this thing. I'm not playing. This thing that's about 20 pounds. Yes, this is the piece that spins. Each of these are the magnets that goes around the field. And this is the stator that spins around. Right now it is 100 and you see it. It goes upside down. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's heavy. Oh, yeah, 195 volts. But there's a tutorial online that you can convert these to whatever you want. Oh, jeez, I just broke it. Dang it, I just broke it. I'll glue it back. By cutting all the wires. I don't have the diagram with me. And if you join them in two pairs, one here, another one over here, you can bring it down to 48 volts. So you cut these wires, you cut this one here, then you do the other joint, cut it again, and the way you join them together, you bring the voltage from 195 volts down to 48 volts. which increases the amperage also. And there's another piece that goes with this that's in the garage that I'm going outside yet. It's still morning. But this is just an update on my charging system. Why my channel is gonna name wind, solar, well, wind generator, which is this, the solar and inverter, which I'm gonna show my power jack inverter a little bit later. Alright, yep. Walking to the backyard to show you the washing machine that has, oh, I'm sorry, I said LG. My bad. Dang. The Maytag washing machine, the front loads. Yeah, say hello. Yeah, a little junky back here, but it's no mine's project. It's this washing machine. And back here, this is where this you can see the circular area. Yeah, that's where the piece be in the back of the drum. This is the drum over here that sits parallel. That's it, parallel. Anyway, it sits inside. The piece sits inside here and spins the drum. And I'm going to show you the piece that sits there that is going to be attached to. It's going to be attached to the wind generator piece that's inside there. I showed you previously. Yeah, my friend's boat. Yeah, works on boats too. Do everything. All right. Outside my garage, and just the piece. So on the back of the drum I showed you, this actually sits in there, and it turns the drum. So what I'm gonna do is this is gonna be a 3-blade setup, huge blade setup, because it's gonna build a very big wind turbine. And this is where the blades are gonna go. One's go here, one's gonna go there and up. 3-blade setup. You flip it over. The stator and the rotor you saw inside there mounts onto this. And it has a bearing in the middle, and see it's very easy to turn. Like you could just touch it. And it turns. And watch how long it turns. Very easy to turn, so it has no problem with any type of wind to get it started. Shouldn't be no cogging, because it's going to be set up with three of these. Let me setting it up. So it sits on this when the winds, and I'm going to make a bracket out of the piece out here. I'm going to make a bracket that cups this piece here and sits on, that holds it in place and weld it on. And when this spin, it's going to spin this piece here is attached to the black piece with the magnets I showed you that was around. So this stays still. But when this spin, the middle shaft spins, which is going to spin the magnet around the stator, because the stator is attached to this. So the stator stays the same, stays still along with this, and the magnets rotate around it like a fan, ceiling fan. So it's kind of heavy, so I can't do one. But anyway, when it spins, it's going to be spinning around the stator, which this is going to be welded and on a plate, holding it still. So while it spins, it's going to generate the power, which is going to go to the charge controllers. Yeah, so I got those from a scrap yard. So I should tell you the model. Mostly all the GE, I keep saying GE, the Maytag machines, front loads, all the new ones usually carry that setup, and the dryers. So if you go to the scrap yard, if you want to go wind turbine also, that helps at night. That someone people also does not tell you. When you doing a solar system, people have certain size banks, and if you don't know wind turbine, you're gonna need a huge bank to help you throughout the night, or you have to nickel and dime your wattage of turning certain things off, turning things on, so you can help power throughout the night. And me, I'm a overkiller type person. I think about this kind of stuff, so I want to be charging at night also. So when the sun is not out, it's pitch black dark, at least the wind may be blowing. If the wind is blowing, I still be charging my batteries. So I'll never really have a downtime of nickel and dime in my wattage on, turn on the TV, make sure the TV's off, so turn the microwave on, make sure I only use the microwave when nothing else is on, so I can conserve the battery capacity to be able to last throughout the night, so it wouldn't be drained by the morning for the sun to come back up just for the solar panels. So that's why I'm doing a solar and wind setup, so I don't have to worry about the whole night thing or whatever. And I just ordered 2 more full leaf battery packs, so I'm gonna hold 3 complete battery packs. Set up might be 4 because I'm doing them in 8, so I'm gonna have 16 less, I think, if I calculate that right. Because if I take out another 8, I'm left with 32. So anyway, yeah. But I'm trying to build a decent battery bank so I have a longer run time and a higher amp an hour battery bank, so I can have a better, again, run time and current draw, and I don't have to worry about the batteries being depleted by morning. I'll have a whole nice capacity to last me all throughout the night, alongside charging with wind. And when the sun comes out, I'm gonna have wind and solar, so best of both worlds. So if you set up a solar system, even if you buy a little small 300 watt or something, anything will help with the wind charging system to help you throughout the night, so you don't have to worry about your batteries being depleted or whatever, nickel and diamond. So if you're like a 500 watt generator wind blowing nice, you can rest assured that at least your batteries still being charged at night while you're sleeping or while you're using something, so you're not actually completely just draining and nothing's going back in. At least you have something going back in and you can feel comfortable, versus having a small battery bank and you nickel and diamond. That to me don't make no sense. But everyone's on a budget. People make it all depends on the person. But for me personally, I have to be thorough. So I'm setting up 3 of these at 48 volts. So I have a 48 volt inverter, 20,000 watt kW power jack, which I know it's not 20 kW, but it should do 10 to 15 continuous. And I'm gonna, well, when I do the video on that, I'm gonna explain why I buy such a big inverter, which I don't really need all that power, but it'll make sense to you when I explain it in the other video on the inverter segment. But yes, that's my wind generator setup and what I'm gonna do, and hopefully make more videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.